secular alternative to doubting Thomas. When looking at this question, the phrase, doubting Thomas, popped into my head as a potential answer. That in turn led me to question the origin of the phrase, which I discovered comes from the Apostle Thomas being skeptical of Christ's resurrection. After learning that the phrase, doubting Thomas, has a religious origin, I'm curious, does a colorful asterisk expression that is secular in nature exist to describe a skeptical person, and if so, what is it? Obligatory frame sentence. That guy never believes anything without proof. He's a n underscore 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 underscore. Asterisk by colorful, I mean a bit more inventive / expressive than simply skeptic, doubter, etc. Edit to address some size comment. I prefer an existing and reasonably common expression, however, I will accept an uncommon or newly created expression that would be widely understood if there seems to be a consensus that a common one does not exist. Edit to address Med's comment. To further clarify and keep the question within the appropriate scope, I am not looking to compile a list of similar expressions. I'd like to identify the most common, secular expression that closely matches doubting Thomas in meaning and usage. To preserve the validity of answers that suggested coining new expressions, note that several users have asserted the lack of an expression that meets the criteria I've laid out.
As an alternative view to your statement, I'd say that the expression doubting Thomas has been secularized in the English language from the start, since there is no mentioning, as in other languages, of the Saint Thomas. In French, Saint Thomas, je suis comme Saint Thomas, je ne crois que je vois, in Italian, San Tomaso. Faire comme San Tomaso, in Spanish, Santo Tomás, ver para crea, como Santo Tomás.
That guy never believes anything without proof. He's a real show-me guy. Google finds a lot of examples of this being used in what seems to me the sense you are looking for, and it is also easy to understand from context even if one hasn't encountered it before. I am very much a show-me guy, and no amount of claims over the phone is going to convince me. I'm a science kind of guy, a show-me guy, someone who tends to need some proof about claims I find questionable. He was very much a show-me guy. When he heard that magnesium would burn underwater, he took a 5-gallon coffee can to work and filled it with magnesium chips from the shop floor. He put the can in the driveway at home and filled it with water. My only reservation with this is that people do tend to put the phrase in inverted commas when they write it, which seems to set it apart as though they don't quite feel it is proper language.
What about? That guy never believes anything without proof. He's from Missouri, a Missourian. Someone from Missouri is someone who always needs proof, who always doubts. I think this option has the exact meaning you desire, and it also seems to satisfy the criterion of being colorful. McGraw-Hill Dictionary of American Idioms and Phrasal Verbs. And it's well established and recognized, at least in the United States, where Missouri is nicknamed the Show-Me State. It's definitely secular, and you can find one version of its origin popularization here.
If someone doubts something, they are skeptical and therefore a skeptic. Skeptical/skeptic in US English.
I couldn't find anything from researching it, or well, not anything colorful. So I decided to invent a term, only to find it has actually been used elsewhere. Makes me feel pretty noble, winky face. Anyway, this is my offering. A septic skeptic. The connotations being a person that so doubts everything they make their life a misery of indecision and unbelief, and possibly also infect those around them with this contaminated viewpoint. Septic. 1. Of, relating to, or causing putrefaction. Merriam-Webster. I couldn't find a definition of the term in any dictionaries, but I have found some examples of the term being used. Aunt Maud's perceptions were somehow septic. A septic skeptic. Blue Voyage, a novel, Conrad Aiken, 1927, or ref. And here is another more recent example. Deborah laughed, "You're impossible. Even you admitted that of all the psychics you investigated over the years, Oliver Sangster is the only one who cast doubt into your suspicious mind. So, how did he predict the bus crash? Come on, septic skeptic. Explain." Whispers of the Dead, Anthony Hulse, 2014, or ref.
If you want to support the channel, please consider subscribing.